Poems from Walden by Gordon E. McNeer, Valparaiso, USA, 2021. Dedicated to the poets of the Uncertainty Group. God and the Devil. God and the Devil, talking in the schoolyard, talking about hatred, talking about love. The child in the darkness stands by and listens to God and the devil, talking about hatred, talking about love. The moon keeps on rising, the sun keeps on setting, the shadows grow longer and get down on their knees. The snakes in the garden, with an eye to the maiden, as an apple keeps falling from a very old tree. The child in the schoolyard has two angels to guide him. They sit on his shoulders and do as they please. One whispers softly, a breeze from the hilltops. The other moans gently, a lament by the sea. The child in the schoolyard hears the angels that guide him, sees the snake in the garden, hears the owl in the tree, sees the maiden's long tresses while the apple keeps falling, and God and the devil keep talking about love, about hatred in strange harmony. Walking Around, for Pablo Neruda. It's possible that I don't realize just how miserable I am. I have left a life behind that had meaning, that defined me. I have left behind my books, my office, my gym. I have left behind my life. It's possible that I don't realize just how miserable I am. I walk about in a fog like a poet grasping for a metaphor, like music searching for a guitar, or lips and teeth and tongue crying out for the music to come forth. The broken wine glasses of dawn make me fly into the rage of a homeless child. Fox and CNN cough and retch like two drunks beside an empty dumpster. It's possible that I don't realize just how miserable I am. All I want is to lay down in the slime and ooze of the Euphrates, to rest my life in the warm mud of its estuary, and to take solace from the flies buzzing overhead, where crabs eat the flesh of the living and the dead. Monday morning comes with the rage of an eagle as it tears apart the liver of a Prometheus in the throes of social media. All I want is the comfort of the cross, to look down upon the upturned faces, bleeding and sweating on those hoping for an answer from one who is also a searcher for an answer. And yet I tell myself that this morning could be much worse. I could be in a hospital on a respirator, with a well-intentioned nurse or other strangers hovering over me. My final agony and inconvenience of interest to no one present. It's possible that I don't realize just how miserable I am, as the absolute solitude of this life we call the new normal slowly sinks in like bleeding tears, coagulating at sunset on an open wound, and brings back a time in our lives when faith was the answer to Moloch. In Search of Ramonet. Julio, silver and gold, won't buy back the life of a heart grown cold. Bob Dylan. I am Gennaro Ramonet. The Yaquis murdered my father and burned down our ranch in Sonora. I fled for my life to San Luis Potosí with my wife and 2 daughters, tangled up in blue. My daughter Artemisa married a gringo. They had 3 children before the revolution struck, and they fled for their lives across the border to California. I am John Evans, born in Nantiglow, Wales. I was forced to leave my home when the coal mines closed down in Nantiglow, only to wind up mining coal in Pittsburgh. My son John was too slight and too smart to work in the mines. He went to Mexico and fell for a Mexican beauty. They prospered, but then disaster took its toll, and they fled for their lives. We are the Evans children, born of Ramonet. Our seed has been scattered throughout the North Country. It has no future, no present, no past. We are the children of war and famine, but we hide it well. Our hands are smooth, and our clothes are clean. There is not a hint of Nahual in the language that we speak. But we have fallen prey to the memory plague as we sit on the porch in La Casa de los Abuelos and drink our iced tea, pretending not to hear the deep organ notes of the tiger as it breathes in the twilight of the lake. Poems from Walden by Gordon E. McNeer, Valparaiso, USA, 2021. Dedicated to the poets of the Uncertainty Group.